I'm a Black, powerful woman, and I teach my children, my grandchildren, to be Black, powerful people.
People love our culture, they just don't like us. And you have to be able to write your own story. Every chance you get, write your own story.
Pull yourself up, pull your family up, and pull your community up.
When we finally got that power to call the land our own, or survive our own, or the school spaces our own, even now, we have to join together as one.
It's nothing like being beautiful, unapologetically bold and Black.
I'm a Black, powerful woman, and I teach my children, my grandchildren, to be Black, powerful people. So we have to stick to it. It's always about sticking together, and don't let no one person pull you down. Pull yourself up, pull your family up, and pull your community up. You know, that's the only way we can stick together. That's the only way we can win. But after you realize there's a greater cause, that makes you feel, makes you poke your chest out a little bit. Wow, okay, I did it. It made me feel better because it was a greater cause. It's always a power, a person, a thing bigger than you.
There's a fear. People love our culture, they just don't like us. That's if I can be honest and unapologetic. I think if our young people, our parents, our nephews, but our parents need to do it, educators and elders, because that's the only way you will change.
Like Dr. Martin Luther King say, if we stay together as one, our power can be built great for the foundation that we're building for the Black generation today.
We just watched Snoop, and we just watched Nelly, and we just watched Rick Ross, and all these, whatever they are now, we watch them literally forget everything we've been going through and say it's okay. So I believe when we tap into our culture of who we are, that's the most resilient thing. If you're looking for any reference point, look at Black women, and then look at who we are, where we come from, and what we endured. You know what I mean? I was just today writing, you're talking about a group of people who were enslaved, right? Chattel slavery, systemic slavery, all of that in the beginning. And when they got freed, right, supposedly, right? There were over 300 and some works produced over hundreds of towns throughout the United States. And these are people who were only free maybe a 5-year period? In 5 years, look what they produced in a 5-year period, right? Then you take our hip hop. Think about it. Just think about the culture of hip hop. Loud, 2 big speakers, huge turntable, a microphone, a guy who failed English class, making a dissertation, right? We don't have an art program, so we draw on the wall, and then we sit there and create a whole culture that the world loves.
Revolution means by having power.
It could be power, happiness, pulling together, family.
When you say you're living the revolution, you are actually saying that you're gonna be outside of the mainstream society.
To be as brought up in the 60s, in the revolution time, change it over from, just say combining white and Black schools together. Say I'm born and raised in Mississippi, so in the 60s, it wasn't combined, period. So when we finally got that power to call the land our own, or survive our own, or the school spaces our own, even now, we have to join together as one, as a community.
That togetherness, that family, like my mom, your grandmom, your grandmom's mom. Back then they gave up, everything. People that died for us to vote, all these things, and look where we come. Now we're voting, a lot of good it does, but nevertheless, we have that power to, voice our opinion. So if we stick to it and realize we're closer and more powerful together than apart.
We in front of the Black Holocaust Museum, right? It's in the neighborhood. That's a reference point. When I took young men there and they walked through the building, I'm not telling you they left out changed, but I could see in their eyes they saw something they hadn't seen before.
We can survive. We have survived. Look, if you go back to where we came from and look at where we are now, so we can survive, but we have to get that power. There's a million ways I can explain it, but it is very hard. But then that goes back to fighting for a bigger cause. It's a bigger cause, and it takes that certain person to fight the bigger fight.
We are survivors and thrivers. Because if we wasn't survivors and thrivers, I don't think we would be here today. As Dr. Martin Luther King say, we all have a dream, and we have to stick to that dream. If we don't stick to the Black dream today, it won't be a Black dream.
If you're a young Black man, if you're a young Black man, and I mean this sincerely, you got to look past the narrative they selling you. You got way more in you than the music, the drill, the popping pills, etc.
I'm always down for a fight, and I'm always down for the underdog. You can do anything you want, no matter how big it is. If you're having problems with it, if it's a hard fight, it's a benefit in it for you. Don't let nothing, nobody keep you down. You can do anything that you want to do, but you got to put in the work, and that makes that fight worth it.
If you're a young lady, love yourself from here up, not here down. If you're an elder, share the stories and share your tragedies and your triumphs so young people will have as I said, a reference point. And if you are a community collectively, it's nothing like being beautiful, unapologetically bold and Black. It's who we are. And I'm not just talking about our food, I'm talking about our resilience. You are resilient, and you have to be able to write your own story. Every chance you get, write your own story. There's hope and there's faith. And my belief is this: hope is the lottery and faith is the work. I will definitely put my hope, my faith in my work than my faith in my hope.